Now, once again, I won't be going ahead with the talk. We can have some time to discuss whatever reports, questions, complaints that you may have. I know there is one complaint, so I don't take that complaint anyway. So over to you.
I've got one. Sorry. So I had to stop my meditation just before, around the 30, I don't know, like 35 minutes or something in. Probably the last 2 or 3 meditations, I've been getting strange things happen, like on my head. This particular time wasn't as bad as yesterday, but it's almost like there's like a pulse or something happening, like a heartbeat, but obviously it's not my heart, but there's like this pulsating thing. And yesterday, I had a strange thing happen, and it was like this area of my head, it felt like someone was touching it with like a hot knife or something. Like, how can I word it? It wasn't like a hot knife, but it just felt like really uncomfortable, like a pin or something, like something pointing in me.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Because this is a new thing, relatively new, this one.
Yeah. The first thing that you will have to keep in mind is that we are going from the known to the unknown.
Yes.
So these type of things will happen, and when those things happen, it is usual for someone to have doubts, for someone to have suspicion. But over time, you should get used to it, because when the unknown opens, if you start continuously suspecting, what you basically say is you don't have faith in the path. But here this has happened very recently, so you are reporting it. So what I'm trying to encourage you to do is to expect these type of things.
Yeah.
And when those things happen, don't stop the practice. Just keep on doing what you have been doing until that moment.
Yeah.
Basically, let whatever happens happen. So that has to be the attitude. And to explain in general terms what's going on, what happens is that we have been having a particular type of a nervous system. Now that nervous system is getting rewired or reconnected or cleansed.
Yeah.
Right? So when those things happen, our sensitivity goes up and we start feeling many things that we have not felt in the past. So, so this is just the beginning. That is like Bunnings. So it's a massive store.
Yeah, I'm realizing that the store gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And it's but everything is happening on the right direction when you report these type of things.
Yeah.
So let it happen. Just keep going. And I wanted to say one more thing, which skipped my mind. So if I remember it, I will let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. Thank you for that, Bhante.
No problem. My pleasure. Yes. Anything else? Anybody else?
Yeah, Bhante, I just want to share my experience. Every time I do my meditation, I'm a beginner, Bhante. I'm haven't practiced very long, but I have this situation where my left eye feel like very big. It's become like very heavy on my left face. Yeah. So what I did at that point of time, probably this is also can be used as an input. I just opened my eye. I still continue breathing, but at that point of time when I open my eye, it made me realize that actually everything is still in the same size. But every time I go back to meditation, and when that things happen again, what I did is I always open my eyes and then make myself calm down and then going back again to meditation. That's
Yeah.
what I did, Bante. Probably when you have that kind of pain, you can also open your eyes a bit. It's disturbed the meditation, I know, but still focus on the breathing and then going back again. I'm not quite sure whether this can help or not, Bante.
Yeah, no, I mean, I will have to ask few questions on that. And before going on to that, and for you as well as for Steve, and the question I wanted to ask from Steve was, why did you stop meditation when that happened, Steve?
Uncertainty, really, because yesterday when I had the hot sort of feeling on my head,
Yeah.
I didn't stop then.
Yeah.
I just let it go.
Yeah.
But I suppose tonight why I stopped is because, like, the pulsating thing is what was happening tonight.
Yeah.
And I was just unsure of, like, exactly what was happening. And I thought, like, it was better to talk to you first because I just didn't know, because it wasn't a normal thing that's happened. I've had the occasional sort of beat, I suppose you could say, like a few months back. But this is becoming like, like a pulse kind of thing. And I was just, not that I was scared or anything, I was just a bit doubtful, I suppose. It's not, it's nothing to do with the faith, Bante. It was just a strange thing.
Yeah,
and,
no, I mean, I understand that it is not the tangible, visible faith we are talking here. It's very subtle faith. And the question, the reason why I asked the question was to see whether you are afraid of what's going on, because that is what happens to some of the people, because they are so much, and in a way, again, it is very subtle. And for you as well as for Soyan, why we stop meditation, why we open our eyes, why we touch certain places and see, is because we love our body so much, we like our life so much. So the word you used was the uncertainty, and when that uncertainty arises, we forget everything, but we want to ensure that everything is all right. Everything is secured, I'm fine, and that's very subtle. And our mind never suggested that is the reason why we open our eyes. And mind will be having millions of reasons to justify why we open our eyes. But the underlying reason is we love our life so much and we love our body so much. So when we come to these instances, we will have to give up everything. That is where we are going. So so that's a question I forgot from you. But when Sohan was saying, she was also mentioning something in that direction. She opens her eyes when this happens, and not necessary because we close our eyes and we just keep observing our breath. And when our attention comes to the breath, our sensitivity increases, and we feel many things that we haven't felt in the past. Because of that sharp attention, maybe for some people their ear gets very sensitive, for some people their nose gets sensitive, for some people their eyes get sensitive. So that's an individual thing. So in this case, everything is getting focused or collected on the eye of Soyan. And so since it is very uncomfortable, and since it is not natural, since it is not frequent, you open our eyes. So you open your eyes. So next time you will have to make sure that it is something that is happening because your attention is on the body, in the body, and your sensitivity is high. This is why you are feeling this type of thing. And you should let anything happen to my eye, I will be just observing, right? And the question I wanted to ask Sohan was, when does this happen? At what point of the breath does this happen?
Usually sitting meditation, Bante. I don't have difficulties when it is on walking meditation.
Yeah.
So sitting meditation is, especially when I can go through like 1 hour
Mhm.
or 40 minutes something, it start to, because in the past I have this migraine, I think I have this half headache.
Mm.
So it's always like this become very big, very heavy.
Yeah.
And it's like dragging down. So I always open my eyes. It's just, but next time, what should I do? I should just let it be, is that Bante?
No, before that, I want to ask you a question. Before coming on to that stage, were you observing your breath?
I am most of the time, I'm still, try to pull my mind, Bante. So
Pull
it's
my-
not really into situation that I really already in the very stable situation.
Yeah. So when you say you're trying to pull your mind, pulling your mind from where?
From whatsoever thought, is just like to go back to the breath, to go back to the breath.
Yes. Okay. So before the thoughts arises, what was your breath? So if you explain something about your breath from the beginning, how can you explain it?
When I go into my meditation, Bante,
Yeah.
practically I just stand aside,
Yeah.
looking at my breath or feeling my breath,
Yeah.
at the tip of my nose. So
Yes.
I'm not following the air.
Yeah.
So when it is starting like that, and then soon the mind start to think about other thing, then I come back again here.
Yes.
Is in the sense that my awareness are very, how to say it, are very firm to put in here, but the mind still drifted. And then
So
once,
can I stop you there?
yeah, Bante.
When you have your attention to the breath, are you having the attention to the breath as a feeling, or do you, although your eyes are closed, are you trying to see it from your eyes? Because this is a mistake that happens to a lot of people, and it's I should say it's a mistake, and it's natural. Although our eyes are closed, we have a tendency to see the breath from the eyes. But are you doing that, or do you just observe the feeling of the breath coming in and going out?
Probably I see the breath, Bante.
Yeah, no, that's
Probably
natural.
because when I close my eyes, it directly attend to here, like, in the sense like the eyes become here.
Yeah.
Probably, Bante. Yeah, you're correct. I never realized about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a natural tendency for a lot of people. So you will have to be a bit alert about it. Don't try to see the breath, but try to feel the breath. So eyes should not be rolled at all, right? You just let the normal breathing happen. And though it is not necessary to force at the entrance of the nostril, but since you are already used to that, that's fine. But see where you naturally feel your breath. Do you feel it in the tummy or the chest or the nose at the entrance of the nostril or inside the nose, the whole body, no matter where? Just see the most prominent place, one place. In this case, for you, it may be the nostril. And then just feel the breath there and continuously feel it. And you are saying when you do that, your attention moves away to thoughts. So, and then you are pulling it back to the breath. So, can you do it successfully, or is it happening very frequently?
Successfully, Bante.
So, when you bring your
Once it is,
when you
once
bring
it is like more than, I just need around 20 to 30 minutes to
Yeah.
really calm down. But then after that, yes, when it is already calmed down, it start again with this left face of mine.
Yeah. When you said 20 minutes, so have you got to struggle for 20 minutes to bring the attention back?
Yeah, around 20 minutes is like it's still going here and there, going here and there, in the sense that very rough, yeah, Bante, very rough.
Yeah.
So once it is subtle, it seems like to be cooling down.
Yeah.
Then yeah,
When you
but
say,
then
when you say pulling down, can you explain it a bit more?
in the sense that my mind is not going anywhere much.
After 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's in the sense that it is become a bit not thinking.
Right. Okay.
Not thinking. Yeah, I cannot say it's concentrate. It's just become not thinking in the sense that it is not moving much anymore.
Right. Okay. So that's good. So what I would suggest is in those 20 minutes also, if the mind goes away, you don't worry. Don't try to bring it back.
Oh.
Right? Because what we try to do is maintain the awareness. So when you bring our attention to the breath, if it is there, we observe it. And if it's just observe whatever happens to the breath. That is very important. And if it goes away, try to bring it once or twice or thrice. But if it still keeps going, let it go and let the mind do whatever it wants to do. You just simply sit. Simply sit, and you may feel the mind is thinking. Let the mind think, you don't get involved. So if the breath is there, let it be there, right? So don't choose. Now in this case, what happens is you are trying to choose either of the two. I mean, basically the breath. And that in a subtle manner creates a hatred towards, in those 20 minutes, creates a hatred towards the thoughts and liking towards the breath. It's very subtle, right? But if you give up both, so you are giving up a lot of physical and mental defilements, or at least starting to do that, right? So then this practice will turn more firmer into vipassana.
Okay, Bante. Bante, when you meditate, you don't feel your eye? When I
No,
close my eye, I still can feel my eye, Bante.
no,
So this is wrong, is it?
no, there is nothing wrong in when you practice. When you close your eyes, the reason why you are feeling your eye may be because your eye is so active to see the breath. That may be the reason. And that is just one of the reasons. But the other reason may be when your attention is so sharp and when you are so sensitive, you may start feeling the more sensitive faculty, more sensitive organ of yours. Right? So therefore, I'm not just going into the second thing as yet, but just try to observe the breath or observe whatever is happening in this manner without rolling your eyes. So then this high sensitivity intensity that you feel on the eye may change. It is not compulsory that it should change, but we will see what happens.
Okay, Bante. Yeah.
Everyone.
I will try. Thanks a lot, Bante.
Thank you. All right. Anything else? Right. So if we don't have anything else, we can chant the stanzas and conclude the session. I'll hand over to Chatu to chant the stanzas.